everyone. I'm going to do an energy check on Britney Spears and I'll explain why. Actually, I've been wanting to do it for a bit. I'm going to do the energy check-in on her around the 1st of November and then just see how she's doing right now. But it's mainly to look at the 1st of November and let's see what comes up. And like I said, it's really because I saw a couple of pictures on her Instagram and I was like, she's not in a good space. Although her pictures said nothing and she was okay and she wasn't dancing with knives and she wasn't putting certain captions. By the way, she's quite intelligent, by the way. She's intelligent, and it might be because she's done a lot of reading about psychology, but she is intelligent and she's creative with her words as well. If you ever look at her captions, she comes up with some stuff. The other thing is Timbaland, telling Justin Timberlake to put a muzzle on her. That's extremely rude. Like, oh, the other thing I wanted to also state, which I've been putting off intentionally. Well, yeah, I think that's extremely rude. Like, who the hell are you? And what do you mean put a muzzle on her? It also takes me back to sort of, and I don't mean this in any kind of derogative way, but men who think that they can just, in the past, put a muzzle on her, like tell her to shut up because women talk too much or whatever, just because she's expressed the truth of a story of the abortion. But I think that word muzzle is very, very, very rude, very disrespectful, very derogative, and I don't like it at all. And I think, you know, it's disgusting. So let's see, Spirit, can I see, let's just make sure I've shuffled these well. I'm sure I did. Okay. Britney Spears' energy around the 1st of November, please, Spirit. Britney Spears' energy around the 1st of November. Britney Spears' energy around the 1st of November. Let's take what I've got first. So I've got 4 cards. I'm just going to pause 1 second. Hi everyone, I just needed to check. I don't like it when my candle is not showing. Sorry about that. I just had my hand over the phone, like just not very professional. Okay. The first thing that came out, High Priestess. Really her subconscious mind coming into play. 10 of Swords, feeling really heavy, quite depressed, feeling the betrayal of everyone around her, feeling the betrayal of her family, things that have been done to her, even probably the betrayal of what she's feeling right now with her divorce and stuff like that. And then she moves into this sort of hermit mode where needing to be a bit sort of knowing she needs to ground herself and get that introspection and just level out how she's feeling with this 10 of Swords. I'm going to get more cards, okay? And then the 9 of Cups, where she starts to feel a bit better. And this is exactly what I was feeling. Around the 1st of November, she wasn't in a very good place. It doesn't even show it in her pictures, but I could pick it up in the energy that I was seeing in her picture from her. Like, and it's not something that you're going to be able to see. So, Ten of Swords, yes, the betrayal of her close people, her friends. This is her family. This is the people that you really feel that are your vibe and your tribe and that are soul family that are supposed to be there for you. So it's probably also her past relationships in terms of also even maybe her management also Sam. Okay, so it's about everyone around her that's hurt her, and she feels extremely vulnerable and hurt by them. Okay, first, I do think she was really struggling that day mentally. The World card, really looking at, you know, different chapters of her life and her current chapter. Okay, really feeling into that, seeing just a lot of reflection there. The Magician, which is really about realizing that you do have the resources of everything you need to get up after this self-reflection with the Hermit, and to continue like you are. I'm going to go into her current energy because I think this is tapping into it, and we're going to see if I'm right with the cards we get. This was her, you know, the fear and resentment and not able to see clearly, feeling there's a challenging choices, feeling really heavy around those days, feeling like what's the word I want to say? Even the fear of, like, can she continue to do this? Is she going to be okay with people that try to come into her world in the new chapters? Trying to balance her mental space with the medication that she might be taking, along with knowing that actually she needs to tap into her soul and listen to her intuition, which she does do, as opposed to taking any more medication for her mind. Choices around that, and also lovers, people that have hurt her, betrayed her. I said about Sam, you know, this is about relationships that have betrayed you, but it's also about choices, like I said, to do with, you know, balancing out the psyche, balancing out knowing you need to listen to your intuition, don't get caught up in the mental plane. And here comes out the Moon. Now I think the Moon came out reverse, and so that's really about 1 and 8 is a 9 as well. When sorry, I had to check the video was recording. When the Moon is in reverse, it's more or less, and then we've got the Magician as well, and we've got the Lovers and the Two of Swords in the World. This is about fears that are blocking you, and we saw the Two of Swords, fears that are, you know, she's getting overwhelmed. There was a fear there. There was something, you know, her mind, there was a difficulty separating the reality, her mind, and also her illusion, her thinking, her psyche, and knowing that she needed with the Hermit to ground herself, listen to her intuition, maybe meditate a bit, you know, eliminate the mental confusion, the anxiety, the fear, or the misinterpretation of when things, you know, when you've got fear, exaggerate stuff, doesn't it? So let me just ask something. Yeah, so, you know, this is about her relationships, where she's noted it in her book. And so should she have done it, it's also about the overwhelm of the attention that's come from her book. Now, what I do, let's just continue before I talk about her book, because this is something that I've been reluctant to talk about. There's the anxiety, the depression, not sleeping in your head, really, you know, where you feel like, again, the High Priestess and the King of Cups, grounding your emotions, grounding, listening to your intuition, getting out of that mental plane. She would have had a couple of sleepless nights as well. The Magician is also possibly the any medicine she's actually taken currently for depression or anxiety. Maybe she felt like if she was weaning off, and I think she's trying to wean off it, that she actually needed to go back to the dose that she was having that day. 8 of Swords here, because she was feeling really bound and overwhelmed, and also just tied up. Like she just, you know, when you feel you're bound and you're kind of really in your mental energy and you're feeling you can't escape stuff. That's how she was feeling on that day. So I'm going to leave that there. I just knew it on the 1st of November. So that's the 1st of November, and actually it's come through. Now, let's look at her energy right now, and then I want to discuss her book. Has anyone bought her book, or have you just listened to it on audio? Anyone? It's funny, I'll go into it after I read her energy now. Dear Spirit, can you show me Britney's energy right now? Just saw the Emperor taking lead in her life. Too many cards. I don't know why I'm being brought to the sacral chakra and the reproduction center with her, like sex energy. So I've got the World card, which we got in the last reading, didn't we? We had the 9 of Cups. I should see if I can find it to pull it out so that we can keep it with the meaning here. The 9 of Cups, okay. That's that World card is the chapter. The Tower moment that comes in, and she realizes that I'm focusing on my book, I'm focusing on my monies. I'm not going to focus on society. I'm not going to focus on everything that's being said, the societal norms. I am not confining to that. Whatever they want, I'm not doing it. Let's get more cards. The Moon upright is about obviously hidden truths that you're not able to see, but I also think she had some kind of epiphany around the lunar eclipse, the 28th of October, and there's that 1st of November, so the energies that kicked off there. But where it was hidden, she's able to see things going forward or coming in. Being in the 10 of Cups energy, knowing that she's in a heart-centered place. The Tower she was feeling was really about also her children and her relationships, her marriages. Yeah, the Hierophant are saying she's not going to confine to how people want her to do stuff. She's in charge of her own stability, her own finances, and the way that she wants to achieve success. This also tells me that through her book, there is financial success. There's been a breakthrough for her. And this breakthrough, I believe, is what has been hidden. That I don't think it's the healing process of the book that she's had a breakthrough coming in. And this is her waiting on all the incoming sort of monies, but also the good that comes from her book to her, or her projects. And part of that is where she's not seeing the income. I think she's going to get people approaching her projects, and she's not seeing that the potential that's going to be actually coming up for her. There's also an awakening of things that she couldn't see during that lunar eclipse in those couple of days where it was very heavy. Definitely there was a bit of a spiritual sort of awakening or a judgment to see something in a clearer manner. I still feel there's something around this Tower. Justice, karmic balance. I bet you this is the Ace of Partnership. So yeah, it's really about, the Tower was really on those days what she was feeling. And then that Tower shifted that, and she's come back into, I'm not going to do it how you want to do it. I am doing it the way I need to do it. And a bit more of a balanced energy here, as we can see with all these cards. And focusing on her book, focusing on her, and also her legal cases here coming up as a focus as well. High Priestess, knowing she always needs to tap into her intuition. The Five of Wands is not get caught up in the conflict and drama and whatever anything's going up, so she doesn't get into her head. And the ego of people like Timberland put a message on it. Keep her in a strength with her. And the Seven of Cups, don't get delusioned and overwhelmed by things going on and what people say about her, or any rose-tinted fakeness that's around her. Now, one thing I wanted to say is I just want to ask about her book, because I was thinking to buy her book, but something keeps stopping me. Now, I think her book has been proven very therapeutic for her, like a healing, because clearly, and I think she knows a lot more, like I think she knows stuff even about Jeffrey Epstein. I think she knows more than what she's giving, and I think she's been very polite in terms of what she does know, which is good, because I think sometimes when you're exposed too much of the industry, you can put yourself at risk, which is what I was worrying about for her. Now, let's have a look at her book monies. Interesting. I was saying, if you want to keep this hidden, show me the moon. As I split, I see the moon, because the cards are not coming out, and I was reluctant to read on this. See what we've got. Okay, if the cards don't make sense, I need to respect the moon card. Her past does cause her a lot of mental anguish, anxiety, being in her head, mental conflict, sleepless nights at times. The book has been healing for her in terms of her trauma, in terms of her inner child. But also, I don't know if you'll have to let me know, did she mention her children in her book? I think she's found that there's something in there by expressing she's able to heal a little bit in terms of her children, which has really been a significant Tower moment for her, and is always a heartbreak for her around her children. The Magician, manifesting the outcome of the book, knowing she can manifest her, why am I getting the proceedings? And the Wheel of Fortune, knowing that she's got the opportunity, like everyone else, to draw in the good luck around her, and where needed, just walking away from the past where she's, you know, written about it and helping her heal and walk away from the past. Okay. Now, what I did want to say is, and I'm not getting it, but I was wondering if all her book proceedings do go to her, or if there's something in place that still stops her from getting all the proceedings of everything that she sells and owns, whether it's to do with family or people or a person she was in a relationship with, like Sam or something. Like, is there someone involved that gets some of her monies from her book, apart from like whoever's done the audio and those sort of things? Is she bound to something where she's not getting the full proceedings? Regardless, I do advocate that to buy her book, the original copy, so that she does get the proceedings, but also it's been an element of healing for her. I do think she's in this energy, Sagittarius energy. I do think she's like most days, but she spins in and out. She's in this energy of a good energy, you know, I'm living my life and effort of what you think. I'm just not going to give you that attention and keep moving in the direction that I need to move in. When I need to ground myself, then I will ground myself, because ultimately I need to secure my solid foundation, which also is for my children, obviously, when they decide to. There's the Ace of Pentacles confirming that. The Queen of Cups, staying in my emotions, staying in my psyche, not allowing anyone to come in and also medically abuse me in that way, where I'm not tapped into my emotions, I'm not tapped into my psyche. I am connected to my what was that? My mind, body and spirit. And I know I wanted to say I am connected to my mind, but it was like to my mind. That was a bit weird. My mind, body and spirit, and I have got my work and projects in mind, but I'm also getting up and having my healthy smoothie, or I'm doing my workout, I'm getting my things on a good day, the routine. I'm not going to get caught up in what social media, other people are saying. I'm going to try and stay grounded, make sure that I don't also get too much into the medication. Where I can, that gives me that foggy mind, and maybe seeing things from a rose-tinted glasses, and also try to avoid feeling this heavy betrayal that is still within me, but I am healing it. And I know that I need to be vulnerable around this at times, and I need to take leadership in my life, and the partnerships that come my way in terms of projects, just making sure that they are legit, that they do work in my favor, trying to be the entrepreneur and in a divine feminine way as well. And there's the Tower moment. You know, I know that the ups and downs of the universe are going to bring in Tower moment and heartbreak, and I just need to make sure I don't keep hold of the past. That's not healthy for me. Let go of the ego, not take a chance on romance right now, but see romance and romantic offers, not by closing my heart, but just being careful, surrendering to the will of the universe, and also knowing when to take that leap of faith, knowing when to take it, not always taking the risk, knowing when to take it, having the practical plans in place that I might need to, and making sure that where there's work involved in terms of, you know, money coming back to me, that it is a genuine team that are there to basically dream work, make the team work, that they are a true team for me. Let's just get a final card to top up what I've done. I was just splitting the deck, by the way, and telling you what I'm getting with it. Final cards, please. I'm seeing a card and I wonder if it's going to come out. using my passion, my creativity to be the leader in my life, making sure I've got discerning people around me. This is also the lawyers for her current divorces around her. And at times I know I'm going to be feeling a little bit burnt out, needing to listen to my intuition is very key for me. And the Fool is about taking the risk, but knowing when to take the risk. And it's not always going to be the right thing to do. And don't be naive. That's what I mean by taking the risk. Not assuming that you've got the answers and just let's go in for this new chapter, this new project that comes up for me. I don't know why I held that book, honestly. Money, you know, just her creative around the money. So, and a lot of the cards are repeating, look, that I've already mentioned the message. So that's it. That's it, folks. That's all, folks. So that's what we have on Britney Spears. I felt like the 1st of November we were not in a good space, and definitely wasn't. So I hope you're all well and you have a lovely day. If you enjoyed this, take care and let me know in the comments, and give it a like, give it a subscribe, share if you wish to, and stay blessed, everyone. And I'll see you in our next video. Bye for now.